Okay, so we want to welcome everyone to our event tonight. Our event tonight is called What Happens When You Take Juice Plus? And no doubt we're going to hear what happens when you take Juice Plus because we've got plenty of wonderful health recovery stories to share this evening. But before we hear some nice experiences of what has happened to some of our friends and family members and others, teammates, when they've taken Juice Plus, first let me introduce myself. My name is Maura Akins. I'm a QSSC with the Juice Plus Company, and I've been using Juice Plus for a little over, I guess now it's about 3 or 4 years, 3 years. And I've also been a partner with the Juice Plus Company for about 3.5 years. So a wonderful experience all the way, I can say. And for many of us here, we share the same wonderful experience, some longer than others. But I'm not going to spend the rest of the evening chatting. I want you to actually have an opportunity to hear others. And so we're going to hear some amazing evidence-based research that's going to be presented by Elaine Mason. And then we're going to get into our amazing health recovery stories. So without me talking any further, I'm going to introduce Elaine Mason, our National Marketing Director for our team. And she's going to share some evidence-based research that proves the effectiveness of Juice Plus in the body.
Thank you, Mara. I know everyone's anxious to hear what's to come on the story, so I will jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you. For me, if I'm going to learn something, I got to hear it and see it at the same time. So I'm going to assume you guys are with me on that. You know, when we think about Juice Plus, and you're going to hear a lot about Juice Plus this evening, what makes Juice Plus unique from all the other products that are out there? You know, we hear on the TV a lot about a lot of anecdotal type stories, or we see written things on social media. But what there's a huge lack of is research or proof that that product does anything. And a lot of times, a lot of stuff out there does more harm than good. And so you are always going to see Juice Plus lead with clinical research. And you know why? Because Juice Plus has the research and most products do not. Juice Plus is the most researched nutraceutical in the world. Nutraceutical just meaning made of plants. And so tonight, what we're going to look at is what happens chronologically as you take Juice Plus. Now, before we jump into it, I kind of want to make a preference, I want to make the statement known that Juice Plus is not saying we're going to treat this disease or we're going to cure this. What Juice Plus says is when you take Juice Plus, what you're going to get is a powerful punch of nutrition. And nutrition does amazing things in our bodies. A lot of times I'll have people say, well, Elaine, if I take Juice Plus, will it take care of this? Will it heal that? Do you know what I say? I don't know anyone that adds 30 raw fruits and vegetables to their body, or 40 if you're adding our Juice Plus Omegas, 40 different nutrients to your body every day that you won't experience some pretty remarkable things. And that's what we want to get excited about. But as you hear the stories, I want you to know what research proves. Here's what's going on in your body and why these people are experiencing what they're experiencing. So buckle up, let's jump in. We're going to go from right to left as we work our way down this chart, and it's done chronologically. And when I saw that first statement, when you take Juice Plus, what happens in the first 2 to 10 hours? Significant rise in a variety of polyphenols. So polyphenols are nutrients that have been shown to slow down the aging process. I don't know about you, but I'm all about slowing down the aging process. But what these researchers were floored to find out was that not only did these subjects, they didn't eat for, I don't know how long, many hours, so that everything was cleared out of their system. They took one fruit, one vegetable, and one berry juice plus, which has the polyphenols in it. But guess what happened? And this is what I love. When it got into their gut and began to mix with their microbiome, more polyphenols were made that weren't even in the juice plus. And that to me is the amazing way God made our bodies, in the fact that our bodies, when given that raw material, those fruits and vegetables we were created to eat, our body takes it and does even greater things with it. That just blew my mind. And I think it did the researchers as well. They didn't anticipate that. Okay, so once you've been on Juice Plus for, let's say, 7 to 28 days, what happens? Well, key nutrients found in blood serum. Now, if you eat a fruit or any kind of, say, an apple or an orange or broccoli, that's going to contain 10 to 14,000 phytonutrients. We don't even know what all those nutrients do in our bodies. But Juice Plus said, let's have them take a look at those nutrients that we commonly know: vitamin C, vitamin E, the carotenes, folate, lutein, zeaxanthin, selenium, those that we kind of know, we're familiar with those. And what the research wanted to know was, what kind of is your body able to absorb it? Because most supplements you can't absorb. But what we know from research is Juice Plus is 100% bioavailable. Your body can absorb it. So out of those 7 nutrients, now remember, in an apple or broccoli or Juice Plus, we've got 10 to 14,000 phytonutrients working for us. Here's what just these 7, and that's a laundry list I'm going to run through. Vitamin C is better blood flow for diabetics. It protects cholesterol from the oxidation. We need cholesterol, we just don't want it to be oxidized. That's when it damages our body. Vitamin E, it helps nerves and muscles work well, prevents blood clots, boosts our immune system, supports our vision, our reproductive system, our health of our blood, our brain, our skin. Beta carotene improves our cognitive function, boosts skin health, reduces age-related macular degeneration, protects against breast cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic cancer. Folate, what does it do? It helps us have a healthy homocysteine levels, helps with our heart health, our brain development, nervous system, cardiovascular function, fertility, protects against cancer. What about zeaxanthin and lutein? It's vision help, protects with our brain. Okay, I'm almost done with the list. And this is just 7 nutrients. Selenium helps with our heart health, immune system, thyroid function, reduces inflammation, reduces premature aging, hair health, balances hormones. I got to take a breath. That's what those 7 things are doing for us in our body. Did you know fruits and vegetables were that powerful? All right. So I've been taking it 2 weeks now. What's going on now? You know, we hear a lot about you need to exercise to help reduce inflammation. But when we exercise, what happens? It causes inflammation. So it's a paradox. That's where nutrition comes into play. When we are packing our bodies with whole food nutrition, it provides us against antioxidants. So those antioxidants are fighting that oxidation, that inflammation that's going on in our body. Now, once we're on it 80 days, what's going on? It significantly decreases DNA damage. You know, that's where those degenerative diseases start to show up. Our DNA trait changes over every year. Do we want our DNA to get better? Or are we just going to leave it to whatever happens? I guarantee it's going to get worse. We have an opportunity to influence our DNA, and that's what Juice Plus can do. Now, what about 8 to 12 weeks? What's going on there? It improves our gum health, our skin health, cardiovascular health, and pulmonary function. Now, how could Juice Plus impact all those areas of our body? Juice Plus has what we call the rainbow. It has your red, your orange, your purple, your white. I mean, it covers the gamut in color. And all those different colors impact the different functions of our body, the different organs of our body. And how that works in regard to this study is it increases circulation. So when circulation is increased in our body and we're putting in that kind of nutrition, it goes throughout our body and it impacts all those different systems. 2 to 4 months on Juice Plus. So you've just finished maybe one round of Juice Plus. Here's what's going on. The butyrate, you hear a lot. There's 2 words that we hear a lot today that we haven't heard before, we're hearing more of. That's butyrate and microbiome. Now, I've been taking Juice Plus for 23 years. I didn't hear those words back 23 years ago, but guess what? Juice Plus was protecting and building in my gut health back then, even before I knew what those words meant. So butyrate is basically kind of, it's fiber. It's the fiber going into our body, creating a great gut flora for us. And it's actually a fatty acid. And what it's doing, it's putting in the good bacteria and keeping the bad bacteria out. Therefore, it's a good balance going on so that our microbiome, that our gut health is improving, which is huge when it comes to our overall health. Now, go back to that right side, that right column, and you see 16 weeks. What's going on at 16 weeks of us taking Juice Plus consistently? Significant improvement in better working memory, selective attention, processing speed, executive function. Our brain function is getting better. When we hear people talking about the impact that maybe COVID has had on their brain, their ability to focus, know that Juice Plus plays a huge role in helping our brain function at peak capacity. And that's 16 weeks in, we begin to see that kind of impact. Now, what happens at 6 months? 6 months into this process of taking Juice Plus, of building our health, and really working on our health, getting that nutrition in our bodies through Juice Plus in any way we can, that whole food. What happens is it's a reduction in abdominal fat, a reduction in insulin resistance, increased muscle mass, just within 6 months of taking Juice Plus. So as a whole, what it does is it impacts our metabolic health. What makes up our metabolic health? It's our blood pressure, blood sugar, abdominal fat, cholesterol, and triglycerides. Imagine what a punch whole food nutrition can do to our metabolic health. And that's what Juice Plus is doing. Once we've taken it for 6 months, it's really getting into our cells on a cellular level. And then 8 months, improved immunity. Who doesn't want that? If our immune system is functioning at peak capacity, what we know to be true is we have what's called plasticity. And I love what Dr. Butyrate says about plasticity. She says, plasticity is when your body sees a bacteria or a virus it's never seen before. It has the ability to come up with a defense strategy to combat that foreign invader. So it means our immune system is functioning in a way that if something enters it that shouldn't be in our system, it immediately mounts up a defense and it goes after it. So I love this study along with that first one that I talked about. It's that nutrition in our body, and then our bodies, the way we're created, takes it to a whole nother level. And that's what we want. We want our immune system functioning to that degree. And then lastly, The research that's been done on Juice Plus is what kind of impact, if someone's taken Juice Plus for 10 years, will Juice Plus have on the healthcare of America or across the world? We're in 20 plus countries. Billions of dollars will be saved. I've heard it said that we spend 95% of our healthcare dollars in the last 3 months of our life. What if we took that healthcare dollar and we spread it throughout our lifetime? What an impact. And this research on Juice Plus is showing that exactly is what happens when we focus on prevention versus waiting till we're laying in the hospital in the last few months of our life. I'm going to leave you with a quote, and then I'm going to turn it back to Mara. And it says, it's the first known Chinese medical text. And no, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, but here's what the quote says. Superior doctors prevent disease. Mediocre doctors treat the disease before it's even evident. And inferior doctors treat the full-blown disease. We want to be on that side of prevention, that we are taking charge of our own health. We are doing what we need to do so that we don't wait to try to play catch up once the full disease has been in place. But the beautiful thing about Juice Plus is, whether it's prevention or maybe we don't even know what's going on in our body, or we do, what we do know is that whole food nutrition is going to play a major role in our health, no matter where we are. And that's exactly what we want to happen. So Mara, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. That was fantastic. So if you noticed, prevention is the key here. Prevention, getting whole food into your system so that you can get those nutrients to prevent chronic illness and chronic disease, thus creating wellness in your body. Very nice. Thank you for that research, Elaine. Now it's time for what we've all been looking forward to, especially for this, this particular event, our health recovery stories. And up first, we have Daryl Warner, and he's going to share his story of how Juice Plus helped him.
Yes, I suffer from diabetes and many other type of sicknesses. My body has been ravaged over the last 2-3 years by COVID. I even had long-term COVID. I almost died from an asthma attack back in November. I was in bad shape in a coma for 8 months, and finally, back in February, I had an embolism in both my lungs. And so my body was weak, and I couldn't even function too well. But anyway, Cynthia was speaking with me, and she said, well, I want you to try something. Now, I've tried many things over the years, and they haven't worked. And I was honest with the friends that were introducing me to these items. And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, after I take it for a while, if there's no results, I'm gonna stop it. So that's been years. But when she introduced me to Juice Plus, what interested me was not the product itself, because I knew it looked good, but the mere fact that there was a 4-month plan. Now, I specialize in working with cadavers. I've worked on thousands of them over the years, so I know what a lot of diseases look like, because I see it firsthand. And so I knew what I needed in order for me to get better. And I like Juice Plus because that 4-month plan, I'm in the medical field. I know it takes time for your nutrients to get in your body. You got to give it time. So I didn't look at the 1-month plan or 2. I looked at the 4-month. I said, this is what I need. I started using it. And about 3 weeks later, I started feeling funny. I didn't know what was going on. And I called up Cynthia. She asked me how I was doing. I said, something's going on. I can't put my hands on it. So I'll update it to now. There have been so many changes. I've got energy. I've maybe only had asthma once, but that was at the beginning when I started taking Juice Plus. My breathing is much better. Now I know my lungs is in bad shape from all the asthma attacks I had, but my lungs is feeling better. I'm able to walk up and down the stairs now. I mean, my heart feels better. It's just so many little changes. Even my wife told me, she said, you know, your skin is starting to change, because I had black blotches on my skin and they start clearing up. And I said, you're right. And there's other changes that's going on, but I knew, especially if I give my body a chance, that's why I don't use chemicals many times, because if you give your body a chance, it can help you and work for you. And if you put the right nutrients in it, on top of that, it can do wonderful things for your body. So it's really made a difference in my life. This is the first time in all my life I felt like this. I was born a sick child. I wasn't expected to live even a year. But now, at my age, I didn't expect to feel like this. And I feel very, very good. And I look forward to my next 4 months and my treatment. I hope it comes on time, because I'm really looking forward to it. But it has been a joy. It has put tears in my eyes, because I see all these wonderful changes and whatnot. And I really feel good for the first time in my life.
That is amazing. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you for sharing that. That is amazing. So you see what can happen when you take Juice Plus? Amazing things can happen in your body. Now, we know everyone's body is different. So now we're going to hear from Sharas Sawyer, and she's going to tell us what happened to her when she took Juice Plus.
Thank you, Mara. I want to start out by saying that I've been taking Juice Plus for about 3 years now. I became a partner a year ago. I'm now a QSC, and I have to say that Juice Plus is the only thing that has really helped me with a chronic inflammatory condition that I have called psoriatic arthritis. Now, psoriatic arthritis, some of the symptoms are, first of all, there's extreme fatigue. There's a lot of pain in the joints of the knees, the fingers, the toes, the ankles, and the lower back. So I actually found that it took a very rough mental and physical toll on my body. And I was diagnosed with it about 15 years ago. And I went through so many different medicines in order to get some relief. I tried 5 different biologics. I tried several NSAIDs. I tried even a drug for cancer. And they never really did anything for me. So I just thought, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. But then I was introduced to Juice Plus, and I thought, you know, I was skeptical because nothing had helped me so far. And I thought, well, I've tried everything else. Let me just go ahead and try this. And I really am so glad that I did, because after, I'd say, about a month, I found that I started feeling better, and it was easier for me to function in the mornings, because that had always been a real problem for me. It took about an hour before I could actually felt like I was functioning correctly. And also the energy level just kept increasing. I found that I was able to get things accomplished that I hadn't been able to before. And I don't ever get sick. You know, I haven't been sick for years now. And I haven't had COVID. Hopefully I won't, but so far I've been okay, and I don't get the flu, I don't get colds or anything like that. And I do attribute that to Juice Plus, because it has helped my immunity tremendously. My immunity is already bad because I do have the inflammatory condition. The inflammation is bad, but all of that, when I went for my last checkup back in June with my doctor, she says, I can't believe, but it just gets better and better. You know, your cholesterol, your inflammatory is very, very low. And so for me, those are just big pluses. And I'm just really thankful that I've been able to improve with my health. And I really do not ever want to be without Juice Plus.
That's amazing. That's excellent. And we can appreciate that when your doctors see consistency in your numbers, your levels, especially things like inflammation, they take note. So thank you for that amazing story, Shara. And we're so glad that you received the results that you did by taking Juice Plus. Next up, we have Shelly Black and Nick. We're going to share with us what happened when they took Juice Plus.
Okay, hey, good evening. My name's Shelly Black, and I'm going to be talking about my experience with inflammation in my knee. So I'm a runner, and I was helping a friend train for a marathon about 2 years ago, and we were running a lot of miles. And I overdid it pretty much and got a lot of pain in the backside of one of my knees. So I had to go to the doctor, and they did an MRI and told me that I had degenerative meniscus. Not the typical meniscus where you could just go in and fix a little tear. They weren't really sure. So he told me he could do surgery, but he wouldn't know if he could fix anything until he got in there, which didn't make me feel real confident. So I ended up canceling the surgery, and he told me that I probably just need to find a new passion and to stop running. So after a lot of tears and a lot of thought, I went home and I said, okay, I'm going to stop running, but not forever. And I took double Juice Plus. So I took my fruits, vegetables, berries, and omegas in the morning, and I took a whole another dose at night, sprinkled some in between, and also took my Juice Plus Complete Protein and consistently for 8 weeks. And I cross-trained so that I wouldn't lose a lot of fitness. And I can say that when I started running again, I had zero pain, and I haven't had any pain since. Matter of fact, and I never took any anti-inflammatories either, like the whole time. The only thing I did was take Juice Plus. And I actually ran a half marathon a couple of months ago and did fine, no pain at all. So one of the main reasons we actually got introduced to Juice Plus by my sister was my son had gotten diagnosed with something called arachnoiditis, which is inflammation of the arachnoid membrane that surrounds the nerve endings in your spine. And it can cause very debilitating pain. So I'm going to pass it over to him now and let him tell you his experience with Juice Plus. So go ahead, Nate.
All righty. So back in high school, I actually played I played high school baseball and college baseball now, but so I had a really bad back injury, and they told me after doing physical therapy, after doing chiropractic care, that I need to get an injection in my back. So I did that, and I did a couple of them. And after that, I thought everything was good. I thought my back was fine, and I was good to go. But I quickly found out that I was having trouble standing up, even just talking to my friends, or even in the morning tying my shoes was really debilitating. Or riding in the car, I always had to get out and make people stop, or had to lay down on my back because that's the only way it would feel good. Or even sitting in class, I had to tell my teachers I have to lay down on my back sometimes. So there really was no answer. I didn't know what to do. I went back to the doctor. They prescribed me with meloxicam. It's kind of like a pain medication, and they do it just to help treat you instead of fix the actual problem. So instead of using God-given plants that are there to actually help you, you know, and so after this, I finally give Juice Plus a try, and I was actually kind of skeptical, like some other people said at first, because of all the pain I had gone through. But in the first couple weeks, I actually realized that my energy levels were up, confidence was up. I was able to do things I wasn't able to do before, ever, for years. And yeah, I had less pain, and I finished baseball in college. I ended up graduating and having my senior night and all that, so that was good. And running a power washing business now that requires me to be on my feet all the time, going door to door and doing the work and getting the jobs. So yeah, that's the story about me and how it's basically cured all of my pain, and I'm able to do everything I'm wanting to do now.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick and Shelly. We appreciate that. So if you notice there, what could have been a debilitating situation for both Shelly and Nick, Juice Plus helped turn it into now a story of triumph for both of them. Shelly able to run a marathon, and Nick able to finish out his baseball career in college, and now he's actively running his own business and being able to. He's like full able-bodied man, right? So excellent. Congratulations, you guys, and we appreciate you sharing that. Prevention. What did Juice Plus prevent in their case? It prevented them from being in a situation where their mobility was limited, right? So prevention is key. Thank you. Next up, we have Lauren Lemmy, who's going to also tell us what happened when he started taking Juice Plus.
Everybody, my name is Lauren Lemmy, and first of all, just thanks for having me on here tonight. It's so great to hear all these awesome health stories and success stories of just people getting well. So I just want to jump right in here. My story, first of all, I'm a career musician, and I play live shows. I teach music and I record music for a living. It was about 15 years ago. I was out on the road touring with bands, constantly on the go. I was stuck in the habit of eating very poorly, mostly foods like Subway, McDonald's, anything drive-through that was quick. And I was coming home sick. I was worn out, exhausted, and I was sick with upper respiratory problems, migraines, and severe joint pain. And I'm a drummer, so holding the sticks was difficult sometimes. And so I was having all these health problems. I was missing work. And, when you're trading hours for dollars, no work means no pay. I had missed 30 days of work that year. And I was really becoming concerned about my health and how I would provide for my family in the future. Thankfully, a friend of ours, she's on the call tonight, thank you, Brenda, suggested that I try a whole food product called Juice Plus. And I thought it was vitamins, so I was kind of skeptical at first. But when I learned that it was simply just food, it made perfect sense. I mean, simple, easy, guys like that. So Juice Plus is just that, right? It's food, it's whole food. It contains 30 vine-ripened fruits, veggies, and berries in capsule or chewable form. It doesn't get much easier than that. And so I couldn't ignore that part, but really what grabbed my attention was, I needed something to work. I mean, I needed this to work and fast. And it did. It really did. Within a month or two, I started feeling more alive and vibrant, and I suddenly wasn't getting sick anymore. Around the 4-month mark, I just noticed my immune system just skyrocketing. And my joint pain and all my inflammation was totally gone. I was able to hold the stick again. I was able to work. And I really think that Juice Plus at that point, I was like, okay, I'm sold on this. It was literally bridging the gap to better nutrition for me. It was increasing my health, strengthening my immune system. And like I said, I was able to go back to work. I went from missing 30 days of work that previous year to 0 days the following year. So I continue taking Juice Plus today, not only because it continues to strengthen my immune system, but it's also helped me crave much better and nutritious whole foods. And I gotta say, I feel better tonight than I did 15 years ago. And it just keeps getting better and better. The better foods I eat, I attribute it all to Juice Plus, kind of being that catalyst. And so in conclusion, I'd like to encourage you all with a question. So what is one simple change you can make right now that will not only improve your health, get you back to work, maybe for some of you, like me, and maybe even save your life? So, well, if you haven't tried Juice Plus, what are you waiting for? Thanks for listening.
Incredible. Thank you, Lauren. That was very encouraging. And I love that question you asked. What could get you back to work, help you recover, and possibly even save your life? I love it, because Juice Plus really does, as you heard in his story, have that impact on the body. We have the evidence to back it up, why it does it, how it can do it, how you can prove that it can do it. And so anyone who's interested in the research will tell you at the end of our event how you can see that research for yourself as well. Very nice. Thank you, Lauren. Next up, we have Karen Farrell, who's going to tell us what happened when she began taking Juice Plus. Is Karen here?
Karen, you're
Yep.
muted.
I'm sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
1 second. Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Farrell, and I'm more than happy to relay to you what Juice Plus has done for me. Initially, I was referred to Juice Plus in 2018 by my rheumatologist for my 8 medical issues, mainly autoimmune, that I suffered with since 1989. FYI, they're fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's thyroid disease, interstitial cystitis, irritable bowel, Raynaud's, Sjogren's, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus. I was willing to try anything as I was in bed most days and on 10 medications, including a targeted chemo, which was delivered in monthly infusions. Symptomatically, I had extreme exhaustion, severe joint and muscle pain, migraines, brain fog, dizziness, nausea. I had the lupus telltale butterfly rash that blistered and leaked, scalp, nose, and mouth sores, chest pains, abdominal issues, numbness and tingling in my extremities, constant UTIs, and I never slept a full night. Within 3 days of eating Juice Plus, I didn't take a nap, and I always nap. In 2.5 weeks, I had enough energy to purge and pack my closets. My energy was returning, my pain was dissipating, and I felt like my brain fog had lifted. Most all of my symptoms went away, and my blood work was in the normal range for the first time in 30 years after 2.5 months. At 3 months, my eye doctor informed me that my eyes had improved. I'm sorry, at my age, eyes don't improve. And at 5 months in, my dentist told me that for the first time, my gums didn't bleed during my cleaning and checkup. Aside from these health benefits, I was getting compliments on my skin, and people told me that it seemed to glow. And I noticed that deep lines were also disappearing from my face. When you're in your 6th decade, that's such welcome news. I haven't had so much as a cold since April of 2018 when I started on Juice Plus. I'm now off all medications except for my thyroid replacement. And I think all of these results are pretty miraculous. And I want to shout them from the rooftops to anyone who will listen. So thanks so much for allowing me to share with you.
Wow, thank you, Karen. I'm inspired every time I hear your experience. That's amazing, because with all of the things that were happening with your body and all the medications that you're on, look at the end of her story. Did you notice? Her doctors took her off of all her meds. So the thing that Juice Plus can do, when it does that deep dive, it goes down to your cells and it hunts for weak areas in your body. It looks for the weak spots, and it starts to build up from your weakest point up to your top symptom, right? So from the inside out. And it's very evident in all the stories that you're hearing. From the inside, places where doctors couldn't even really get to, right? Juice Plus got there and helped the body to repair itself. So excellent. That's incredible. Thank you very much for sharing that. Next up, we have Renee Dillard, and she's going to share with us what happened with her when she started taking Juice Plus. Renee?
Good evening, everyone. I'm just thankful to be with the Juice Plus family. I started a little over a year ago, and I started out with the fruits and the vegetables. But as I went along, about 6 months ago, I added the berries and I added the omegas. But along the way, just like Elaine was explaining, there were so many different things that was happening to my body. It was funny because you don't realize it until is happening. Then after a while, you say, "Oh my goodness." So, but tonight, I just want to speak on one area because this is my most recent discovery is with my sleep habits. I would say probably last couple of years, either going to sleep, tossing and turning, or if I wake up in the middle of the night, it's like I have a pillow fight with myself. And I know a lot of people with sleep, it's a problem. Sleep deprivation is a epidemic almost. So what happened, I do like everybody else, I go to the store and I look for melatonin. And as you can see, I got this and the relax and the REM for, and I also have a 3 a.m. to try to help, but they are empty. I haven't had to get any since I noticed about a month ago that all of a sudden I could sleep better. My body didn't have to move around, which I always tossed and turned for some reason. And actually, and I realized this morning too, is a little pain I will always have in my leg. I never knew where that came from. But then I noticed, because I knew I had to speak tonight, and I was like, wow, I don't have that pain. So it's just amazing how Juice Plus started doing stuff that you don't even recognize. And I'm so thankful. Sleep is a big problem. So I would tell anyone, if you could, the Juice Plus evidently has calmed my body down. I can stay in one spot instead of all tossing and turning all night. And even taking these, just like I think it was Elaine had mentioned too, when you take supplements, they really don't do you good. I noticed that when I would take the supplements, either it takes me a long time to get to sleep, but by the time I wake up, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and my brain it's like it has to catch up. I'm drowsy, and you can't function like that. And so after this, I haven't bought any more. I haven't had any more of these supplements, and thanks to Juice Plus, now I can say that my sleep is sweet.
Thank you, Renee. Sweet sleep. I love it. That's amazing because it really does. Juice Plus really does help your brain to quiet down. It helps your body to relax. It also helps to produce more melatonin in your body so that now your body is helping itself to sleep better. So excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Didn't we tell you these stories were going to be amazing? So next up, we have, we have Emily Cochran, and she's going to tell us what happened when she started eating Juice Plus.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am 17 years old and I have essential and action tremors. This means that I shake all the time. I have not what would you say Tourette's, but sometimes I just do a little spasm of shaking. Basically it's just in my hands and my arms and my legs. It all depends. I've been shaking for as long as I can remember, practically all my life. About maybe 2 or 3 years ago, my mom worked really hard to get me into Johns Hopkins to see a neurologist. And within the first visit, he put me on a bunch of different medications to help me control this problem. And because it became a disability to me when I was younger, I didn't realize it was a disability until I got older. And the things that are really easy for others aren't easy for me, like simple things like mascara and buttons and just simple things is very hard for me. And so basically I was put on medications, and then within my second to third visit to Johns Hopkins, he had told my mom that my tremors are only exceeding, they're not slowing down, and there's no really cure, and that it's obvious that I'm starting to do things that I didn't used to do before, like throwing things across the room and constant shaking. That's more obvious now. And he just higher my dosage of medications. And right when this happened, my mom, she started realizing what Juice Plus was and getting on it. And she eventually convinced me to take it. And I've been taking it for about a year now. And I've definitely seen a change within myself. I can really control myself a way that I was not able to control myself before. About, I'd say like 3 months ago, I started taking like tons of the omegas. Like I take them throughout the day, just whatever I need them. You know, sometimes I'm worse than other days and I need a little pick me up, and the omegas definitely do it for me. And then I would say right when I started taking the omegas a lot more, I got off my prescription medication. I'm no longer taking them, and I'm just providing my body with the things that God wanted it to be provided with, not just these prescriptions that really weren't doing anything for me. And because of Juice Plus, I've pretty much accepted my little disability, and I see it as more of a positive that I can help others with rather than just negative that I used to beat myself up for. And that's all because of Juice Plus. And so because of that, I recommend it. Oh my goodness. I recommend it to everyone, and I really like it and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Emily. It's nice to hear from a young person about how Juice Plus is affecting them. And it's brilliant to hear from a younger person, because that means that you're not shy, you're not afraid to try something that is whole food based. And a lot of young people, they kind of, kind of turn away from natural things sometimes because they think they got it. They got it figured out. I can handle this. But the nice thing is that you took the wise road and you tried it anyway to see, and now you see the results that have worked for you. So, and now you're able to share that with us. So we appreciate that, because now we can share that with other young people to show them that natural is not bad. Actually, natural is the best, right? And so again, as we think about what Juice Plus is, what is Juice Plus? Well, of course, it's not a super pill. It's not a miracle drug. It's not anything like that. But it's whole food nutrition in a capsule, where the objective is to get the nutrients into your body so that those nutrients can help your body to repair itself. Everyone is different. And so Juice Plus has never and will never claim to cure any sickness or any disease. But what it does claim to do is to be effective in the body, help your body to help itself. And so we can see, you think of all the people that we heard from tonight. We heard from a mortician, from active mothers, grandmothers, athletes, wives, musicians, a family man, and a high schooler. What a wide variety of people that are benefiting from Juice Plus. And so we're going to go back to Lauren's question. Do you know anything that could help you the way it's helping these folks, or the way that it's helped them, that could get you back to work, get you back on your feet, get you back active, get you back energized, right? We heard folks say it gave them energy, it gave them vitality, right? It reduced their inflammation, right? And so all of those benefits could be yours as well, just by doing one thing, by eating Juice Plus. And then adding to that some simple lifestyle habits, things like hydrating better, right? Making sure you get plenty of water, making sure that you eat plenty of fruits and vegetables to the best of your ability within your circumstances, making sure that you get some movement. It could be movement inside your home. It could be movement outside of your home, right? You don't have to be super active to benefit from the value of Juice Plus, but it can help you to become more active by taking Juice Plus. It can help to reduce that inflammation that may be keeping you, preventing you from being as active as you could be, right? And learning about all of the different chronic illnesses that are caused by inflammation. Reducing inflammation can reduce all of the effects, well, I'm not going to say all of the effects, but many of the effects of those chronic illnesses to get you back on your feet and back on your way to wellness as well. So we appreciate all the stories that we heard tonight. We know that just as we're inspired by the stories, we know that, and we hope that you have been inspired by these stories as well. If you're interested in finding out more about Juice Plus, we're going to encourage you to talk with the person who invited you here to this event this evening. Let them know what story inspired you the most, right? But then let them know what your interest is, and they'll be able to provide you with some helpful information about Juice Plus, the products, the family line, about how it can help you, and then provide you with that nice graphic so that you can see the potential that Juice Plus has in your body. After so many hours, what is Juice Plus doing? After so many days, what is Juice Plus doing? After so many weeks, so many months, so many years, what could Juice Plus do in your body? You will be amazed at how it impacts you and your health. And perhaps one day you may be one of the ones sharing your health recovery story on one of our events as well. So we appreciate you coming tonight. If there's no further announcements, Elaine, did you want to say something? Go
I
ahead.
think we had one more person who was going to share his story. Johnny, are you on here? He couldn't be on till late. If he's
I
on,
am.
Oh, excellent.
yay, would you like, go ahead and share. We're glad you're willing to share.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry for being here so late. I am currently studying at Purdue University, and I've got a schedule full of extracurriculars that kind of have me jumping around from place to place. So sorry to be a little late, but I guess I'm here to tell about my story with the Juice Plus. And I have Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed my sophomore year of high school. And I have no idea, at the time, I had no idea what Crohn's disease was. And for anybody that doesn't know, it's basically a chronic illness that deals with inflammation of my gastrointestinal tract. And so at the time I was pretty nervous about it. And it was suggested to me, because my mother takes Juice Plus, that I start taking it. And at the time I was diagnosed, I was about 16 years old. And being the stubborn 16-year-old I said, absolutely not. And so I went on for a little while to try and treat it with different medicines, and none of them were working for me. And so about 2 or 3 years of trying different medicines, I finally agreed to do Juice Plus, along with a couple diet changes, and I about doubled my water intake. And with those 3 in combination, I have lost every negative symptom of my Crohn's disease. And in fact, I'm feeling much better pre-Crohn's disease. Just my general lifestyle has improved. So it's been a blessing in my life. And that's pretty much the quick version of my story. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I don't know who I'm handing it off to.
That's excellent. Thank you, Johnny. We're so glad you made it. That's fantastic. And congratulations to you for the results that you're seeing by taking Juice Plus as well. That's fantastic. We're glad you're feeling so much better. And that's incredible. As a matter of fact, you just reminded me that I needed to go back through what were some of the conditions that we heard that folks have been recovering from. So yours, let's start with yours, Crohn's disease. Then we heard also earlier, diabetes, asthma, joint pain, psoriatic arthritis, inflammation, immune system issues, autoimmune diseases, sleep issues, and Emily shared about her tremors. So with all of the variety of different things, you can see that Juice Plus is not just designed for one thing. Juice Plus is designed to help the body, as we mentioned, help the body help itself. And so as you can see, Juice Plus is an effective nutrient to have, to take, to use, to share. And so we want to share it with you, and hopefully, just like Johnny's mother shared it with him, and all of our other friends had it shared with them, we hope that you also will share it with ones that you love so that they too can recover and get back on the road to wellness. Okay? So we thank you all for coming. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And we hope again that you were inspired by all of these health recovery stories. We hope that you were inspired by the research that shows that Juice Plus truly is effective, but scientifically based why it's effective. And we look forward to seeing you at our next event coming soon to a Zoom channel near you. So thanks again for joining us, guys. Have a great night.
Yay. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mara, for hosting.
You're
That
welcome.
was fantastic. Loved it.
Thank
Awesome
you,
work.
Mara. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mara.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mara.
Mara. Anything.
Happy night,
everyone.
Maybe next time I can share my story. It's long term.
Okay.
Nice.
We've got you on the list now.
All right, that was
That's
great.
really nice.
Thanks, Mar.
Thank you.
Everyone for coming. It's so
Yes.
exciting to see all your faces, and everybody
Yes.
was so focused. It was so wonderful.
Yeah, and you know, at one point we had like 82 people on. Did you notice that?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was awesome.
that is incredible. Good job inviting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Really good. Enjoyed it. Bye, Margaret.
I enjoyed all the stories too. It's just
Yeah.
very inspiring.
Our sincere thanks to the makers of Juice Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It was good that the young ones was up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah. It was just excellent. Enjoyed it immensely.
Hmm.
Did you want to stop the recording, Brenda?
Sure.